That's a game that's, I don't want to say it's not in doubt. Those upsets are pulled off across the country a handful of times or so each and every season. We've seen close to 10 games this season as 20-plus point underdogs teams beat other teams straight up. So it's possible. It's not a complete lock, but it's certainly a huge favorite on the side of Miami. But what's going to make you feel better about the Canes? What do you want to see as the continued progression toward the finale and what could be an enormous game against Duke?
Yeah, and just to clarify, Miami was a 3-touchdown favorite against Georgia Tech. So there you go. So if you're thinking, oh, what game were you talking about? That one right there. I just want to see a beatdown. Miami is a bigger, better, faster team. And FIU should not really present much of an issue. It might be close for a quarter because, you know, the teams are trying to figure each other out. So you're trying to figure out, okay, where can we take advantage of them on, you know, defense and offense and, you know, whatever. But I don't want it to be close. It should not be close. I know that those guys are going to play on emotion early. There's a lot of South Florida guys, so guys who Miami passed over. You know, Maurice Alexander, you know, he was the Dade County leader in passing as a senior, but Miami did not recruit him because he's a 5'11" quarterback. So he ended up going to FIU. He played quarterback, and now he plays wide receiver. You think he doesn't want to put it to Miami? You have Dalvin Cook's younger brother, Anthony Jones, who Miami kind of gave a cup of coffee but decided, nah, we're not going to go that route in recruiting him. You think he doesn't want to stick it to Miami like his brother did at Florida State for years and years and years? You know what I mean? So honestly, I just want to see the same Miami that we've seen these last couple of weeks. That's the Miami I want to see take the field at Marlins Park, which was built on the site where the Orange Bowl once stood, and play like those Hurricanes that won 58 in a row. Play like those teams that, just like Lee Green says, the offense looked like the 0-1 team. I want to see a game like that where you remove all doubt from the beginning, because there's no reason that FIU should be within 4 touchdowns of Miami. Period, point blank, end of story. And that's what I want to see. I don't think that Manny's going to get rid of anybody, if that's what you're asking. I think that maybe, I mean, most coaches are looking to be upwardly mobile. So if you get somebody who gets a better job offer elsewhere, you could see that. Maybe Taylor Stubblefield, and I only say that because he has been quite nomadic in his coaching career, where 2 years is literally the longest tenure he's ever had at a school. So that's a guy who maybe set the foundation here and then goes somewhere else. Maybe he stays for a second year, and then we see after the 2020 season, is he going to all of a sudden now have his longest tenured spot anywhere? So that's a guy, because he's bounced around, I would say maybe you look at him. Otherwise, I mean, Dan Enos is not going anywhere. That means Butch Berry's not going anywhere because they've worked together before. And obviously you need an offensive line to run an offense. So you have the offensive line coach from the offensive coordinator. Eric Hickson at running backs coach. I mean, the running backs are playing really well. So that's great. Not necessarily my favorite hire personally, but hey, he's doing the job. Stephen Fields is a tight ends coach. Tight ends are playing well, and he's one of the better recruiters on the staff. That's great. Manny Diaz is not going anywhere. Blake Baker's not going anywhere. Ephraim Bonda, maybe, if he stepped up and got a defensive coordinator job somewhere. But do you really want to go for that now? You know, maybe you stick it out another year. You see the development of your guys at safety, maybe get a semifinalist nomination for the Broyles Award in 2020. Then you spin that towards a defensive coordinator spot. Maybe the same thing like Jonathan Patke, although he's a young up-and-comer in the ranks. He is widely regarded. So maybe he looks to get back or take a step up where he's a co-defensive coordinator somewhere or something like that. But and then Mike Rumph, I just don't think that he's going anywhere else. So that's the short story long to say I don't think that there's going to be any changes. And Todd Stroud, I mean, he's another guy who's been well-traveled, but he's coached for 33 years. So him having as many stops as Taylor Stubblefield with, 3 times the career and as a coach as Taylor Stubblefield, that's indicative of how much Stubblefield has moved around. So yeah, if I was going to look at anybody, I would say Stroud or Stubblefield, just because they've moved around the most in their coaching careers. But as it stands now, things are starting to come together. So I don't see a reason to break the band up right now.